I went to preschool with all the kids that I grew up with and stuff, so it was just, you couldn't date anyone. They were like your brothers, and everyone knew your life, and it was definitely just way too small for me. The big city, it's definitely very different from where I came from. You have more to do, and there's things going on, and there's like real crimes, and you have cops who are busy, and you have shopping to do all the time, and you have friends, and you have clubs, and it's just definitely a lot more exciting than the small town that I came from. You can go to a club or a bar or a movie or meet some fun people or go shopping, so it's a lot more entertaining in the city. I think it's really easy to live away from my parents because I have pretty much since I've been 17. I lived in Italy, and then I lived in San Francisco, and here I'm very close to my family, so I talk to my mom at least 3 times a day, but it's definitely something getting used to. Sometimes I get homesick when like there's too much traffic and I just want to be like skiing or doing something more athletic, so there are definitely times that I get homesick and want to crawl home and be in your mom's arms, not have to pay for anything. My sister and my mom, those are the 2 people who know me inside and out, so those are the 2 people who really know every aspect of my life. My closest friends in LA are Lauren and Adrena. Adrena, some qualities that I like about her as a friend is that she's very fun, she always has your back, she's always looking for a good time, and she's also very trustworthy and very unjudgmental. I met Lauren in San Francisco when we were in college, and it was like our first day of class, and we were both so scared, and we hated it there, and we're like the 2 blonde girls in the classroom. We're like, oh my God, we gotta be friends. So I went over to her, and I started talking, and we just like immediately clicked. Shared a cab ride home, and that was it. The qualities that I like the most about Lauren as a friend is definitely her loyalty. She's very loyal, and she'll do anything for her friends. She'll be there for you. She'll definitely give you advice when you don't want it. And she's very honest, so I appreciate that. And she'll always have your back, and she's very fun. My advice about living with people and finding a good roommate is definitely someone that you trust. Definitely someone who's very easygoing. I would not suggest moving in with like a high-maintenance friend, or even maybe not your best friend, because it's definitely a life-changing experience living with a friend as opposed to just being with them on a daily basis. But definitely someone who you trust and who you can stand, who's very tolerable. Someone who's clean, too. I decided to quit school because I got this job at Bolt House, and I realized that I don't want to waste my money and I don't want to waste my time being in school when I'm training for a job that I already have. So I feel like in life and through having the job, you experience a lot more than you ever could in college. I definitely don't have any regrets about not pursuing the fashion. I think that you need to definitely follow your dreams, even if it doesn't seem like the right thing or the most logical thing, but that's definitely not what I wanted to do. So I'm very happy that I made that decision for myself. At Bolt House, my expectations were that it was going to be kind of a party thing, and I'd be going around with Brent to all these great places like Detroit, and kind of like his assistant does now, and that I would just be being more in the scene. I think working the day at Bolt House is very boring for me. I just sat there and like looked at a screen all day, and it was hard because I didn't get to do what everyone else did there. I didn't get to go to Vegas. I didn't get to go to Detroit. I wasn't very much on the end of like what they all got to do. So it wasn't very fun for me, but at night it was more fun. It's more of a scene, there's more going on. It's more of a faster pace, and that's definitely what I'm good at. I've seen almost every celebrity you can think of working at these clubs. We have like a huge VIP room and Oscar night and the MTV Movie Awards and all this stuff, so you definitely have a huge variety of celebrities. I think what makes Brent so successful is that he does have a lot of celebrities there. He has a lot of loyal celebrities who go just where he is because it makes the nightclub so fun. And I think Brent definitely is a very loyal person, and people realize that. So they rather be in a place that they know is that they know they're safe in, like celebrities, they know they have security and that people that they trust, and people like to go where people are. So he definitely always has a lot of people there, and he definitely likes to accommodate people and make sure that you have everything that you want. He's very kind, very compassionate, and especially if you have personal problems or anything, he definitely understands that. He's been around this industry for so long, he knows what he's doing. At the club scene, the hardest thing is for like tourists, because they don't know like where to go, or if you don't know people in the LA club scene, it's hard to get in. Usually it's like more attractive people that get in anyways, but I think it's really hard. It gets very chaotic. People push, people get angry, people get very offended if they're like if they're wealthy and they get in everywhere else, you know, so it's definitely a chaotic scene. So if someone's coming from like Missouri or from Ohio or Wisconsin, I don't know, some small place. Those aren't very small, but somewhere like a little smaller of a town, it's definitely going to be a huge scene for them, and kind of a shocker too, like how desperate people are to get in here. But I would say like call the company and make sure you know somebody before you just show up there. Lauren and Jason's relationship is a little chaotic for me. I mean, Jordan and I definitely had our ups and downs, but they're just like way up and way down, and they are always together, and I think Jordan and I wanted to be more of like a group and a friend, and I think they're more of like a married couple. I do feel like I need to support Lauren a lot when her and Jason fight. I feel like she feels she needs to be very strong, but, you know, she can realize that I'm there for her too, so I definitely take it upon myself to be the one who's there for her. I think especially because I'm the closest to her too, so I kind of see the ins and outs of their relationship and what goes on behind the scenes, so I think I have more of an understanding than anyone else. You know, I'm not sure what the first thing was that attracted me to Jordan, because at first I was not attracted to Jordan. He like made out with another girl the first night I met him, and I was like, oh my God, no way, I'd never date this guy. But then I guess he kind of grew on me, so I'm not sure it was the first thing. Jordan and I's relationship in the very beginning was a little rocky. I think we were both each other's like first real loves, so we got very jealous, but it was amazing. Every time we were together, we just had so much fun, and you know, there was just such incredible chemistry and passion between us that we really just loved each other. My 6-month anniversary with Jordan was fun. I didn't really like the food at that restaurant, but I got these earrings and I love them, and I'll never take them out. But it was really fun, and it was just good to be with him and to celebrate that. So my Valentine's Day, we went horseback riding. Jordan surprised me with that, and it was so fun, and he was just great, and it was happy, and it was a huge surprise. And then he took all my favorite things, and then he got all my favorite foods and took me up above the city on this hill, and it was a little cold, but it was definitely really fun. And then he gave me my ring, and that was just really incredible. I decided to break up with Jordan just because there was so much stress on us, and we weren't the way that we used to be, and things really changed, and you know, it just wasn't quite what I wanted anymore, and I wanted him to change. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. I wanted him to realize that he wanted me enough to like change and come back to me. I think my biggest regret with Jordan is just being with him so much, spending so much time. I think you really need to separate yourself and make sure that you have time with your friends, and I think I kind of lost track of my friends, and you know, I think you need to make sure that you definitely have your own lives. You both have your own lives, and you can spend time together, but you don't need to see them every day, and you don't need to spend the night at one house or another. You definitely need your own lives and to do your own things, so. Single life in the city is really hard. I think girls are very vicious, and guys, you know, they just want something from you. And people in Hollywood are very much like what you can do for them to like further their careers, or who's gonna make them look better. And I don't think it's very honest. I think it's a very kind of malicious dating scene, and I'm not looking forward to being in it.